All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. It is Saturday. I am super excited for today, Saturday. I don't know why, but it's a beautiful fall day. It rained all night last night. The colors are just finally out there. Going to get a lot of stuff done today, so I am excited. I'm also excited for today's topic. I've been looking forward to this for a while. You guys recovered from Octane Friday already? A little channeling of Johnny from Cobra Kai. Some of you messaged me, said you were starting to watch it last night for the first time, so stick with it. You will start to enjoy it, I promise. And a little Dio doesn't hurt on Fridays either. I turned that up on my way to work, got me going. Today I had a few choices, but this one was the clear winner because I do love this record, and we're going to talk about it. And I just love this story. This is a great story. So we're going back to 1988, October 17th. I read somewhere else it was October 18th, but we're going to go with October 17th. Supergroup, the Traveling Wilburys, put out Volume 1. All right, let's talk about this story because everyone remembers this band, right? But this is just, I don't know, this is just an awesome story. So here's the deal. George Harrison, some guy who was he was in a band of some kind way back in the 60s. I don't know if kind of a one-hit wonder band. Anyway, so George Harrison is in LA, and he's recording a 12-inch record for Europe release because he hasn't had a hit in America in a long time. And so he's recording that, but he needs a B-side to it. He needs another song. And he realizes that Jeff Lynne is in town from ELO. So he's like, oh, hey, do you want to go to dinner? As they do. I mean, it turns out that rock stars go to dinner and are normal people, so that's pretty awesome, right? So they go to dinner, and he's like, hey, I need a second song. I need a B-side. Would you mind helping me out? And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. No problem, right? So Jeff Lynne is in town. The reason why he knows he's in town is because he's working on Roy Orbison's next album, and he's also working on Full Moon Fever with Tom Petty, his first solo record. So I think it was just the two of them at dinner. Anyway, so he says, yeah, I'll help you out. So Harrison left his guitar at Tom Petty's house. So he stops by Tom Petty's house to pick up his guitar, and he says, hey, we're going to be down recording. You want to come by? And he said, sure. Where are you going? Where are you doing? And he's like, well, basically we needed a recording space because I'm doing a favor for George. So we called Bob, and Bob said we could use his studio, his garage studio. So we're going to go to Bob Dylan's studio tomorrow and cut a song. You want to come down? He's like, yeah, I'll come hang out. Why not? Right? So they all go to Bob Dylan's house, right? And Bob Dylan is just like giving them food and doing like the barbecue or whatever. He wasn't going to be a part of any of this. And the first song they work on is Handle with Care. And at some point they say, hey, Bobby, you want to come over here and join us? Why don't you take part of this? This is pretty good. So he does. And they make this song, and it turns out the song is so good that they decide they can't just put it on the B-side, that they should actually form a band and make 9 more songs and make a record. Sounds like a good idea, right? So that's what they did. It was George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, and Tom Petty. So I think Roy Orbison was at dinner that night too, because I think they had 3 of them when they decided to do that. When you talk about supergroups, by the way, is there any bigger supergroup than Traveling Wilburys? Because if you think about all the supergroups that you're going to think of, there were not this many huge names in all positions, right? Like the first supergroup I thought of, at least, was Damn Yankees. But Damn Yankees had Tommy Shaw from Styx and Ted Nugent from Amboy Dukes. And then Jack Blades from, where was he from? Night Ranger? Anyway. But that was 3 guys, right? And then you'd say, well, Mark, what about The Firm? The Firm was a supergroup. And I was like, well, yeah. But that's Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, obviously. Chris Slade from Uriah Heep and Mott the Hoople. Is that right? And Paul Rodgers from Free and right was Paul Rogers? Free and Supertramp? What was he in? Anyway, three guys. I need some more coffee. Three guys. So no one had this many band members, right? Come up, tell me your other supergroups. But anyway, so that's what they do. But they're going to call themselves something else. They call themselves the Wilburys, and they're like, we're not going to put our names on any of the record. So it turns out they didn't. They didn't put their name on the record at all. And they came up with names for each other to be on the record. So Harrison was named Nelson. Jeff Lynne was named Otis. Dylan was named Lucky. Roy Orbison was named Lefty. And Tom Petty was Charlie T. Jr. And then it goes even further into this complicated like songwriting and publishing rights for the whole record. Each one is listed for individually. Their publishing deals from that they already had in place are listed for various songs. It's really kind of quite strange. They aren't all listed, even though they claim that for the most part they all took part of the songwriting process. And they have this long list of who gets credited with what. And they were assigned to Warner Brothers Records, which was George Harrison's label, a distributor at the time. And Tom Petty ended up signing as a solo artist with them soon thereafter, right? Apparently they'd work noon to midnight every day and just sit around and record. And then they'd listen to Roy Orbison talk about stories about meeting Elvis and Sun Records. And I mean, imagine how awesome that is to just be sitting around with that group of people just telling stories and all that stuff. So they came up with all these songs, and they basically ended up from that one song. I think they met like 9 days later, recorded it all at Dave Stewart's from the Eurythmics, Dave Stewart's studio, and they put it all together. It's pretty amazing. They put this record out, and it was a surprise success, really. I mean, they didn't expect it to go anywhere, and it went to number 3 in the United States, sold 2 million copies in 6 months. I mean, remember that summer that was out. It was a big deal. Spent almost a year on the charts. 3 million copies overall. Roy Orbison died 2 months later after this was released. He did not get to see all the success that this happened. He died on December 6th, 1988. And I've mentioned this before, but Roy Orbison was only 52 years old. He died of a heart attack. 52. Anyway, think about that for a minute. It won a Grammy for group performance. It was nominated for another Grammy. This is a great record. Another interesting part is Harrison had the distribution deal through Warner Brothers, which expired in 1995, and so all the rights went back to him. And so for a while, a long time actually, the Traveling Wilburys records were out of print. You could not buy them. I remember this because I wanted to get another copy, and you couldn't find it anywhere. It stayed out of print until 2007. It was out of print for like 12 years. And they put it back out, and they did it in a box set. So they did it this way. This was a big deal. The box set was Volume 1 and Volume 3 and a DVD. Okay? I don't know what happened to Volume 2. I don't know why. I haven't been able to figure out why Volume 2 was not included. But they re-released this, and this box set went to number 1 in the UK, number 9 in the United States on its debut, and it just brought everything back. So that was pretty cool. All right. So what do we got for songs? We're at almost 9 minutes. Sorry. We'll just cut to the chase and do the good ones. All right. But think about ELO sound. Think about Jeff Lynne and ELO. If you go back and listen to ELO and like Do Ya and all those songs, and then you listen to Full Moon Fever and this record, and you're like, that's totally Jeff Lynne. It's totally ELO. It's incredible that's the sound, right? Oh, and I'm listening to another thing right now. Sorry. I'm listening to Broken Record podcast with Tom Petty's daughter, and she's talking about the Wildflowers re-release, which is coming up soon next week as a double CD set with Rick Rubin. It's amazing. You got to listen to that. So anyway, songs on here. Handle with Care. Awesome. End of the Line. Awesome. I mean, these are just great songs. Not Alone Anymore. Great song. Heading for the Light. Another great song. But it is clear what Song of the Day is. My favorite song from this record and one of my favorite all-time songs. And for those of you out there who don't like songs that just ramble on and on and on, well, you're out of luck because that's what's going on today. I heard this song in the car. I was in my 1978 Plymouth Volare, mint green. I remember the time I heard it. I remember what street I was on when I heard it on the radio. I can picture the whole scene. It's so weird. But I heard this record and this song, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, this is amazing. And I've loved this song ever since. And that is Tweeter and the Monkey Man. I love this song. I love this story. I don't know what it is. I love everything about it. I saw Tom Petty in concert like 3 times, and one of the times he actually played it, and I just blew my mind because I was hoping he was going to play it, and he played it. But even though this is a Dylan song, as far as the Dylan sings lead vocals on it, but this Tweeter and the Monkey Man is either an homage or a parody of Bruce Springsteen, apparently, and his songs that go on and on and on and tell stories, because they have specific references to Dylan, either song titles or themes in this record. And those themes and song titles are New Jersey, Rahway Prison, Jersey City, Stolen Car, Mansion on the Hill, Thunder Road, State Trooper, Factory, The River, Jersey Girl. All these things are all mentioned in this song. Even 2 other phrases in there were later recorded as new songs by Bruce Springsteen. How about that? All right, if you know this song, you know you're with me. I know some of you know I love this song. We're at almost 12 minutes. And this song is like pretty long. So we're doing Tweeter and the Monkey Man, Traveling Wilburys, Volume 1. I love this song. If you haven't heard this, give it a listen. If you're not a Dylan fan, listen. I wasn't a Dylan fan, but I was after this song. I mean, this particular song. So give it a listen. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you remember about Traveling Wilburys. That's your song of the day. We're doing Tweeter and the Monkey Man as your song of the day. It is Saturday. Enjoy your weekend here at the Rock Cave as usual. Catch you on the flip side.